G'day, Malcolm. It's AJ, and thanks for allowing me to do a little review of your LinkedIn profile to take a look at how you could position yourself a little better for future career, maybe future board opportunities, and just so that you can position your business and everything that you're doing in a slightly more professional way, ways to just polish it. So let's take a look first straight away at your LinkedIn profile. It appears that you haven't been on LinkedIn for a long time. And so it's not surprising at the moment you've only got 132 connections, which means that when you do post or share anything, it's not going to get a lot of eyeballs on it. So firstly, I would say start using it as a network to grow some of your presence and to grow the network of people who you work with and that you do business with, whether they're clients or stakeholders, customers, people in your business community. It's a great way to start reaching out to people. You've got a lovely, friendly profile photo here. What I would say is because LinkedIn is more of a professional network, it's a bit different to kind of your Facebooks and TikToks and those sorts of things. Really, what people are looking for is to make a connection quickly, and they do that best by seeing your face. And with this photo being that small, I would have to really kind of zoom in order to see your face. So what I would recommend is looking for a nice face headshot and just having a headshot in that circle there, so that it shows you as a professional person that you're warm and open and looking straight at the camera. I think it's great that it shows you in a nice environment if that's really relevant to your business cutaway solutions, but I still would go for more the headshot, especially when you start commenting on other people's posts or liking them. Each time you do that, it puts a little icon with your name and your photo. And when that's shrunk down even more, you can imagine we really literally won't be able to recognize you. The nice thing about LinkedIn is when you're going maybe to meet with someone for a business meeting or a networking event, if you've already seen their face on LinkedIn, it's quick and easier to recognize them in the cafe or in the meeting place or at the event. You can pick people from having seen their profile photo, and you're kind of making that harder for people by having a full body shot. I'd also recommend that for this banner, it's fantastic that you've got your logo there of your company. It does look a little bit blurry. So I would say that the logo file that you've used has been low resolution and not high resolution enough that when it's blown up, it stays and keeps its integrity. So I would recommend getting some kind of banner made. If white backgrounds and that clean look is something that you like, then have a designer or use Canva or something like that to just develop a nice clean background for you with the logo somehow. And then I would suggest having a couple of dot points around what Cutaway Solutions does. And I went and had a look at your website in order to determine that. And I understand that you're a cleaning and home maintenance and yard kind of maintenance company that does that for NDIS participants and Indigenous elders and community, which is fantastic. And I think tell us that, have a little bit of that information in that banner bit above the fold where people look first. I also recommend that you've just got director here, and whilst that's obviously your title position in the company, which is fantastic, and it tells us the level that you're at as far as you're not just an employee, you're a director of a company. So we can immediately hear that you're a leader or an owner in that company, but it doesn't really tell us much about what you believe, what you do, or the value you add. So I would really recommend putting something else. There's more space there. You could say that you're a director at Cutaway. I also appreciate and understand that you're a chair of the board of an Indigenous not-for-profit. I would even include that as well. So really thinking about how can you use this profile to position and tell your audience, the people that you're wanting to network with, how great you are, what you do, what are the kinds of things that I want to talk to others about, how can I support you in your business, how can I network with you, why would you want to talk to me? So that's really important. Also, I noticed you have posted a few things in the last week and or so that's great. And great that you've been posting when you've got employment and jobs available. You can also let LinkedIn help you do that as well. It has a function to post jobs. But there's also no recommendations, no previous other work history. a no profile or background kind of know about you section. So it's kind of obvious that you're pretty new to LinkedIn, and I would say there's a lot of room for improvement here. The great thing is I think you'll see a lot more results from your ability to network and to create networks and have people start to get in touch with you, as well as you outreaching to them once you develop and build that up. So lots you can do really quickly to have some quick wins is what I would say for your profile. I have prepared some information for you that I will share with you, and I will send to you as far as relating to what else you could do to improve and some tips to do that. I also have a free resource that's available for people that goes through how people can update their LinkedIn profile. And so I'd be super happy to share that with you as well if you want to walk through a little bit of it on your own. So I'll be sending you this little one-page kind of report, which goes through a bit of what I was just sharing about. And I think you could also add in some of the about you information that was on your website. There was some great info about you and your brother starting the company, and a bit of history about the fact that you are an Indigenous owned company. And I really think that's a key differentiator in the business and will really stand out in the Australian market as well as the international market. But I think that's definitely something that you could add to your profile. And, you know, maybe just tweaking and adding a little bit more about the kinds of services that you offer, especially if you don't want to share too much about your background history, other roles, or what sorts of things, but you could share a bit about what's your goal, or who do you serve, who do you help in the industry. I'm sure it sounds like you've got some great customers and clients, so maybe ask some of them for some recommendations so that they can share how Cutaway's been helping them with their cleans or with their yards or for their clients. And just continue to do what you're doing in posting and making comments on other people's things. I think that's one of the most valuable ways to get into LinkedIn. If I can help you with any other tips, please just reach out. As I said, I will send you this one pager and a link to the free report that you can download, and anyone can download that. It's on my website, alexandrajoy.com.au, and it's in the shop. And that LinkedIn how-to guide is for free. So I hope that's been of support for you today. Just some few tiny tweaks. I think you can make some little shifts right in the beginning, just at the get-go, and it will really start to see you get some better results with your networking on LinkedIn. All the best with your business and career.